Rob Reiner's son is now in custody after the murders of the actor and director and his wife, Michele.
We've just confirmed that their son, Nick Reiner, was arrested on Sunday.
We're able to take into custody Nick Reiner, a suspect in this case.
He's my son. I love him. It doesn't matter. He's more important than anything that could happen to me.
Okay, we need to talk about this because this is just devastating. Rob Reiner, the director behind movies like The Princess Bride and When Harry Met Sally, was found dead alongside his wife Michele in their Brentwood home on December 14th, and their own son Nick has been arrested and charged with their murders. The LAPD came out and officially stated that Nick was responsible for their deaths, and he is currently being held without bail. And what makes this whole thing even more disturbing is what reportedly happened the night before, because multiple witnesses are allegedly saying that Rob and Nick got into this huge argument at Conan O'Brien's Christmas party, like heated enough for a lot of other guests to hear. And then there's these reports about Nick's hotel room afterward that was allegedly full of blood. So we're going to break down everything that we know about this tragedy, and I'm going to be clear that this is still a developing story, and some of these details haven't been verified yet. So on December 13th, the Reiner family attended Conan O'Brien's Christmas party, and according to multiple sources, Rob and Michele had specifically asked to bring Nick along because they were concerned about him and wanted to keep an eye on him. And what happened at this party is where things start to get really significant. TMZ's sources are saying that Nick showed up wearing a hoodie to this formal event where everyone else was in suits and gowns, and his behavior that night was reportedly really antisocial. Like he was keeping to himself, staring at people, roaming around, and not really interacting with anyone. Two sources told NBC News that they witnessed Nick interrupt a conversation with comedian Bill Hader, just stare at him, and then storm off. But the biggest moment came when Rob and Nick apparently had this very loud argument that was heated enough for a lot of other guests to hear. Now, we don't know what the argument was actually about because that hasn't been disclosed. What we do know is that Rob and Michele reportedly left the party afterward. Jane Fonda, who was also there, later confirmed she saw the Reiners night before last looking healthy and happy, and wrote that she's reeling with grief and stunned by what happened. Nick's movements right after the party are still unclear. But here's what reportedly happened next. TMZ reported that Nick allegedly checked into the Pierside Santa Monica Hotel around 4 a.m. Sunday morning using his credit card. Eyewitnesses told TMZ that Nick appeared tweaked out when he checked in, but had no visible bloodstains or cuts at that time. And here's where it gets really disturbing. According to TMZ, when hotel staff went into the room later that Sunday morning, they allegedly found the shower full of blood on the bed, and the windows were covered by bed sheets. TMZ is also reporting that LAPD robbery homicide detectives went to the hotel on Monday to gather evidence and interview employees. But I really want to be clear about something here. These hotel room details have only been reported by TMZ and have not been independently confirmed by LAPD or other news outlets. Other publications have cited TMZ's reporting, but the original sourcing is TMZ alone, so just keep that in mind. What we know for certain is what happened that Sunday afternoon. So on December 14th, around 3:30 to 3:40 p.m. Pacific time, Los Angeles Fire Department paramedics got a call for medical assistance at the Reiner home on the 200 block of South Chadbourne Avenue in Brentwood. And when first responders arrived, they found Rob and Michele Reiner deceased inside. According to CNN, ABC News, and multiple other sources, it was Romy Reiner, the couple's 27-year-old daughter, who discovered her parents' bodies. Law enforcement sources told NBC News, ABC News, and TMZ that both victims had stab wounds consistent with a knife attack. TMZ also reported that their throats were slit, but LAPD hasn't officially confirmed the specific cause of death. LAPD Robbery Homicide Division detectives arrived and worked through the night, and Deputy Police Chief Alan Hamilton told reporters that they needed a search warrant before doing a full investigation inside the home. The LA Times reported there were no signs of forced entry. And here's an important detail from ABC News law enforcement sources. Nick Reiner was not at home when police arrived. Investigators believe he left the residence at some point after the killings. So around 9:15 p.m. that Sunday, police located and arrested Nick Reiner near the University of Southern California in the Exposition Park area, which is about 20 miles from the Brentwood home. He was formally booked at 5:04 a.m. Monday morning. Here's his current legal status. He's been booked on suspicion of murder with formal charges pending the district attorney's review. His bail was initially set at $4 million, but it was later revoked, so he's now being held without bail at Twin Towers Correctional Facility in downtown Los Angeles. And TMZ is reporting that he's been placed on suicide watch and administrative segregation. LAPD Chief Jim McDonnell stated on Monday, Our hearts go out to the family and friends of the Reiners, a tragic incident. And the official LAPD statement was really clear, declaring that the investigation further revealed that Nick Reiner, the 32-year-old son of Robert and Michele Reiner, was responsible for their deaths. The case was presented to the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office on December 16th for filing consideration, and according to Deadline citing a law enforcement source, if Nick is convicted of double homicide under California law, he could face life in prison without the possibility of parole. It's not immediately known whether he has retained legal counsel. Michele had reportedly been anguishing to friends over the last few months that she and Rob were at their wits' end over Nick's mental illness and alleged substance abuse issues. And Fox News reported that Romy Reiner told police that her brother Nick has a history of mental illness as well as substance abuse issues, and she felt he was dangerous. And that's why Rob and Michele reportedly wanted to bring Nick to that Christmas party to keep an eye on him. The Reiner family released a statement saying, "It is with profound sorrow that we announce the tragic passing of Michele and Rob Reiner. We are heartbroken by this sudden loss, and we ask for privacy during this unbelievably difficult time." Tracy Reiner, Rob's adopted daughter from his marriage to Penny Marshall, told NBC News, "I came from the greatest family ever. I don't know what to say. I'm in shock. And what makes this even more painful is understanding these family dynamics. Rob and Michele were married for over 35 years. They raised their children together, worked together, fought for causes together. And now Tracy has lost her father and stepmother. And Romy, the one who found the bodies, has to live with that image for the rest of her life." The tributes from Hollywood came immediately and were just overwhelming. Sally Struthers, who played Gloria opposite Rob's meathead for 8 years on All in the Family, said, "There are no words. This is beyond devastating, and my heart is with their family." Carrie Elwes, who played Wesley in The Princess Bride, wrote, "No words." Mandy Patinkin, who played Inigo Montoya in The Princess Bride, wrote, "How do we process this unthinkable tragedy? Loss after loss after loss. What is happening to our world? What is happening to our human race?" Kathy Bates, who won her Oscar for Misery, called herself horrified and devastated, and added, "He changed the course of my life." Paul McCartney, who had worked with Reiner over the past year, called him such an upbeat, lovable man. Maria Shriver revealed they were among her closest friends, saying, "We raised our kids together, from mommy and me on up." The Hollywood Chamber of Commerce placed memorial flowers on Reiner's Walk of Fame star at 6421 Hollywood Boulevard on December 15th, and fans gathered throughout the day to pay their respects. This is one of the most shocking Hollywood tragedies in recent memory. Rob Reiner spent his career telling stories about complicated families, about love and loss, about the human condition. When Harry Met Sally explored whether men and women can really know each other. The Princess Bride celebrated true love, conquering all. A Few Good Men examined the cost of truth. He and Michele were married for over 35 years. They raised children together. They fought for causes they believed in. And they were, by all accounts from friends and family, deeply in love. And yet their son Nick, whom they reportedly tried to help through 17 rehab stints, whom Rob directed in a film about addiction, whom they brought to that Christmas party because they were worried about him. Their son is now charged with their murders. The case is now with the Los Angeles County District Attorney, and formal charges are expected in the coming days. If convicted of double homicide under California law, Nick Reiner could face life in prison without the possibility of parole. Let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments. Thank you so much